Hi, I'm Kyle Walters.
And I'm Shawn deLoache.
We are the co-creators of The New Adventures of Peter and Wendy.
He plays Peter Pan.
He writes the thing.
I write the thing.
I was kind of a nomad. I grew up in lots of places and moved around. I pretty much lived in a different apartment or house every year of my life until this place, which has
This kingdom.
magical kingdom. The Kyle Kingdom. I did high school and middle school in a place called Pleasanton, California, which to me sort of feels like Neverland, Ohio. It's a quaint downtown area with suburbia all around you. Magic and boredom.
I grew up in Roswell, Georgia.
With the aliens?
Different Roswell.
Fair enough.
My childhood was great. I mean, like, I found that small group. I grew up in the time where it was not cool to be a nerd still, like where you got made fun of for being it. And I actually I was able to find kindred spirits and nerd out with them. Well, I mean, I remember we used to spend hours playing pretend we were Power Rangers. I was a Green Ranger, duh.
Of course.
Tommy's the best.
I remember playing this one game with my sister where we were outside and we had all this like old sports equipment, and each like the football was a different thing, and we would be these like secret agents and just like use them as bombs or superpowers and fight all the invisible monsters that were in the backyard. It was pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, right.
We play a lot of, I think in the South it's called Manhunt, where like you basically play. It's like a big team tag in the woods, and you're hiding and like you're trying to, and then you rescue people. It's fun.
It sounds violent.
I'm in Georgia.
Sure.
Well, I always knew I wanted to be a writer. I always loved storytelling, and even from kindergarten, as soon as I could write, I started writing. So even from kindergarten on, I was always writing stories, and all my teachers actually told me like, this is what you should do for a living. Like, you should tell stories. Senior year of high school, and basically it was kind of a dark time for my family. Like my dad had lost his job and had to go away for a while. Like he was kind of hunting a new job in Texas, and it was just my mom was always sad, and it was just a really rough time at home. And things were really hard. So for me, getting to like watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer and read my comic books, like the X-Men was what I was really big into at the time, and still am. They kind of let me catch my breath when I felt like I was drowning. Like for me, it wasn't escapism. It was actually the moments in between that I needed so I could deal with what was going on. And that helped me realize what a really amazing and powerful gift storytelling was. And that was really kind of what solidified like that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I should do. So
for me, it's all about escapism. The complete opposite. I don't know. I just would rather do something else. But no, I mean, the thing is, I love movies and TV, and it was just sort of a thing where it just always seemed like I needed to be there. You know, I needed to create this stuff to give back to that circle of life.
Absolutely,
Movie life. Yeah. I play Peter Pan in the show, and he's a late 20-something sort of man-child who is having a hard time growing up. He's been overwhelmed by creative energies and really doesn't like this idea of having to pay taxes or do your bills or all of these actual grown-up things. I don't know if any of us can relate to that.
I don't pay taxes.
You should do that.
No. So even though I don't play any of the characters, I write all of them. So in a lot of ways, I put a little bit of me into every character that I create. You know, for Wendy, I also want to go on adventures. I want a big life. I want to be successful. Like, so, you know, with all these things, like, I want to create these video games, these TV shows. You know, the web series we create, like, that's her journey and her fight to really get noticed is really what we're doing here. We're trying to get our art out there and seen, just like Wendy's trying to get herself seen and noticed.
Whoa.
Right? But, and then with Lily, you know, there's a fierceness to her that I actually, it's something that I feel like I've actually learned throughout time. Like I wasn't
the last couple of years.
The last couple of years. I was always very passive, and Kyle has actually seen it, but like...
He turns into a tiger. He's a were-tiger.
I'm a were-tiger. But no, the more of this industry that we do, and the more of life in general, like, you know, you start to learn that you kind of have to stand up for yourself because no one else will. And so I've been getting kind of that fierceness, which is what Lily, one of Lily's best things, is that she stands up for what she wants and what she deserves. All of my friends in their, you know, mid-20s to mid-30s, even up right now, are all dealing kind of with this thing of like, we're getting older, but our generation's a little bit different than our parents. We don't just want to get a regular 9 to 5 and go. All of us have these dreams that we want to chase and pursue, and it's really hard, and nothing about this life makes it easier.
You know, everybody's journey to growing up is different. It goes at different speeds, has different speed bumps, roadblocks, and that's okay. And that's life. And you know, and we all get there in the end, or to some degree we get there to the end. And what I think our show does is helps create a platform and a community where we can discuss that and lean on each other and help each other through finding ourselves.
Oh, fan question!
Well, I feel like the majority of our inspiration came from the original novel. That to us was the story that really was ripe for adaptation.
Right.
But there is quite a long lineage of cool movies and TV shows and stories about Peter Pan. I think one of our favorites is Hook.
For sure. I mean,
other than the Disney animated movie.
I think that, you know, if we hadn't already been such fans of movies like Hook in the original Disney animated movie, we probably never would have thought of even doing this project to start with. But for us, the day when we wrote it, sat down and created it, it was J.M. Barrie's words that built the world that we created.
In my research as an actor, I watched as many Peter Pan performances as I could, so that I could help add my version into the cosmos, the Peter cosmos. I like to think of my inspiration being the Peter Pan that exists halfway between the animated movie and Robin Williams in Hook, the sort of weird in-between area.
Yeah. Thank you.
You guys are the best.
You guys are incredible. None of this would happen without you. Thank you so much.